Alright, let's talk about the ultimate desert island movie list, but not just any list. This is about the films you'd choose if you were stranded with nothing but a state-of-the-art theater and endless electricity. Sounds like a dream, right? But here's the catch, you only get 10 movies. So, which ones make the cut? Personally, I think this isn't just about picking favorites, it's about choosing films that serve multiple purposes: comfort, entertainment, and maybe even survival tips. Let's dive in. First up, The Shining. Now, I'll admit, this wasn't love at first watch for me. The first time I saw it, I was like, not for me. But here's the thing, great art often grows on you. When I revisited it, something clicked. What makes this really interesting is how it rewards repeat viewings. Every time I watch it, I notice something new, a detail, a visual, or a new interpretation. It's like the Overlook Hotel itself is a character, and I'm still exploring its halls. From my perspective, this is the kind of movie that keeps you engaged, even when you're stuck on an island with nothing else to do. Next, Predator. If you're going to be stranded, you need at least one action movie, right? I debated between this and Die Hard, but Predator wins because, well, I'm a sci-fi guy at heart. What many people don't realize is how this film shifts genres midway. It starts as a typical 80s action flick with muscles, guns, testosterone, but then it becomes a tense sci-fi horror. The Predator itself is one of the greatest movie monsters ever, and the way it's revealed is a masterclass in building tension. If you take a step back and think about it, this movie is about survival against impossible odds, something that might resonate on a desert island. Now, the good, the bad and the ugly. Westerns are my jam, and this one is the gold standard. What makes this really interesting is the dynamic between the three leads. None of them are heroes, they're all selfish, greedy, and unpredictable. But that's what makes it work. The final standoff in the cemetery? Pure cinematic perfection. Ennio Morricone's score alone could keep me company for weeks. This raises a deeper question: do we need noble characters to love a movie? I don't think so. Let's switch gears with Burial Ground. This one's a wild card, a trashy, bizarre zombie movie that's so bad it's good. What this really suggests is that not every movie needs to be a masterpiece. Sometimes, you just need something ridiculous to laugh at. The fact that a 25-year-old plays a young boy. Priceless. It's the kind of movie that reminds you not to take life, or cinema, too seriously. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, because if I'm stuck on an island, I need some Star Trek. But why this one? In my opinion, it's the best of the franchise. It's got everything: action, humor, and emotional depth. Ricardo Montalban's Khan is one of the greatest villains ever, and the final moments still hit me hard. What makes this really interesting is how it balances nostalgia with fresh storytelling. It's a sequel that doesn't just rely on the past, it elevates it. Goodfellas, because Martin Scorsese knows how to make a movie. What many people don't realize is how this film feels both epic and intimate. The pacing, the performances, the moments, like the "how am I funny" scene, they stick with you. It's a gangster movie, but it's also a study of ambition and downfall. Personally, I think it's a film that gets better with every re-watch, and that's crucial for a desert island pick. Alien, because if I'm going to be scared, it might as well be by the xenomorph. What makes this really interesting is how Ridley Scott keeps the creature hidden for so long. It's the ultimate less is more approach. The Nostromo feels like a haunted house in space, and that sense of claustrophobia is perfect for a stranded scenario. If you take a step back and think about it, this movie is about survival against an unknown terror, something that might feel all too familiar on a desert island. Seven Samurai, because if I'm going to watch a samurai film, it's got to be this one. What this really suggests is that great storytelling transcends culture and time. The characters, the battles, the themes, they're universal. It's not just a movie, it's an experience. A detail I find fascinating is how it influenced so many other films, like The Magnificent Seven. It's a reminder of cinema's power to connect us. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, because if I'm stuck on an island, I need an adventure. What makes this really interesting is how it captures the wonder of discovery. Middle-earth feels real, and every location is a new chapter. It's the kind of movie that reminds you of the magic of storytelling. Personally, I think it's the best of the trilogy because it's the most hopeful. Finally, Raiders of the Lost Ark, because if I'm going to pick one perfect movie, this is it. What many people don't realize is how it balances everything: character, action, pacing. It's a film that never loses its magic, no matter how many times you watch it. If you take a step back and think about it, this movie is about the thrill of the chase, something that might keep me sane on a desert island. So, there you have it, my 10 desert island movies. But what about you? Which films would you choose? Let me know in the comments. And remember, it's not just about the movies, it's about what they mean to you when you're stranded with nothing but time and a screen.